Hi everybody, here we are again in our next Airstream adventure. We're at Table Rock State Park up in Pickens County, South Carolina. That's kind of near Greenville, about a 2.5 hour north or drive north of Atlanta, so not far for a quick weekend getaway.
Table Rock State Park is one of the many state parks that were created by the CCC, the Civilian Conservation Corps, in the late 30s, early 40s, and it still retains a lot of its flavor.
Yeah, it's actually a really historic park. It's really pretty. There are a lot of structures that kind of have that craftsman feel to them, and there's actually a lodge, Table Rock State Park Lodge. It's really, really nice. So anyway, like all of our adventures, they usually start out with a bang, and if there's one thing we've learned to expect, it's the unexpected.
Yes, we showed up late Friday night in the pitch dark, and we finally found our way to the park, which wasn't that adequately well marked. But once we got in there, we noticed that it was very treacherous to navigate some of these roads inside of the park.
Yeah, and when we say treacherous, we mean like Airstream may or may not go off the side of the road. You know, minor details like that.
The big thing is we couldn't see exactly where we were going, so we decided to tuck our tails and head to the nearest Cracker Barrel and spend the night there. And the next morning we were wondering what we were so worried about, because it wasn't that bad.
Right, like all things in the light of day, they didn't seem quite as bad. But we eventually got here, and we were in for a nice treat. There's a lake, or actually I think a couple lakes in the park. There's swimming, boating, there's a lot of nice hiking trails. Of special note, right down the street, last night we attended the Pumpkin Town Opry, which, yes, Pumpkin Town is a real town. I don't know what's there, but we do know that there is something called the Pumpkin Town Opry. So think of the Grand Ole Opry, if any of you have ever been to that, and imagine that being staged like with local community theater flair. It was quite an experience.
Very interesting. It had great bluegrass and very poor comedy.
Well, yeah, comedy not so good. The bluegrass music was great.
And the dancing.
And the local flavor, great. And that's really what you're coming out for, is just to get a sense of other places away from your own little isolated place at home, and to get out and see new things and meet new people and see new places. So mission accomplished on that.
One other place of note is Aunt Sarah's, which is right on Route 11, which you have to take to get to the state park anyway, but it's a fantastic restaurant. It was an incredible change of pace for what I was actually expecting to get for lunch.
Yeah, it's like kind of country southern fare. So for those of you from the South, you know what I mean by that. It's a meat and vegetable kind of deal. They have sandwiches and other things like that too, but I think the most popular thing to get is like the meat and 3 veggies or whatever. But anyway, it's very good. There's a little ice cream shop. Again, lots of local flavor. So that's another recommended place. But aside from that, it's really just kind of what you're seeing behind us, which is just beautiful nature. Table Rock Mountain is right behind us. So it's a great little weekend getaway if you're trying to get away from all the modern conveniences of the day. Not that we don't have them inside of our Airstream, but you know, it's a good little destination out in the wilds of South Carolina. So that's it for this time. Anything else?
We give it a thumbs up. We'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back. Don't forget to check us out on airstreamadventure.com. Woo! Bugs. Bye.